Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing an exit sign setup because I haven't done one in a while. I randomly just got reminded of exit signs this morning because the power went out. There was a tornado warning, which I have personally never seen before in my area. So the power did go out for about 2 hours and the emergency lighting did its job. The batteries might be a little bit low, so the lights might be a little dimmer when I test them today. However, they do work. So as you can see right here, this is a new unit I got yesterday. This is a All-Pro exit sign combo. It does look just like a Surelights LPX, and it pretty much is. The only difference is that A, it doesn't have reflectors, and B, on the faceplate instead of Surelights, it says All-Pro, whereas on Surelights units, it says Surelights and it has reflectors. Something I kind of think is funny is that they literally didn't put reflectors in this just so that way they could make it extra bad, because you know All-Pro is the same thing as Surelights, except it's just a little worse. But go ahead and test it. This is an older unit, green letters. It is actually still pretty bright. It's actually really decent for what it is, especially no reflectors, but it does do the job. Over here, of course, I did show my CC2 already, and even though that is pretty decent for what it is, this one just blows that one out of the water. It's so much brighter. Of course, it isn't as, both of these aren't as bright as they were because of the power outage, but they are pretty bright when they're fully charged. Alright, I've unplugged the cords so you can see what they look like in emergency mode. This is pretty much how they looked during the actual power outage. You can see that this one, it is dimming out a little bit in the legend, where the faceplate is a little dim, because that's just how Surelights combos are. This one is actually pretty bright for what it is, especially after that power outage. To get this performance, it's pretty good. I did also forget to mention that I have a LM, or this is a Dual-Light LM. It's just sitting over here for fun, and it is extremely bright. Wow, for an incandescent, I mean halogen emergency light. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's go down to the basement. Alright, so right here in the basement I have this exit sign end mounted, which is pretty cool. It's probably the least common mounting configuration because it doesn't have many applications. Also, when you mount signs like this, it is extremely vulnerable to being smacked and stuff like that, especially in schools and places, because of course when you're ceiling mounting it is pretty vulnerable. But right now you have this entire sign just dangling right there, and if I smacked it, it would probably just fall right off. Of course I'm not going to do that because that would be tampering if it was in a building, but also this is a exit sign of mine that I don't want to damage because it's a really good one. Test it, works fine. On the other side of the basement I have the All-Pro, because we are doing All-Pro today. Actually, technically All-Pro and Surelights are literally the same thing. All-Pro is a brand of Surelights, so basically All-Pro is owned by Surelights. If I go ahead and test it, of course, it does work fine. I think these are a little overrated. They're in like every possible building. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, these things are absolutely everywhere. You'll see them literally in any application. You know, bathrooms, churches, office buildings, they're everywhere. Probably because they're cheap, but also because some people think these are like the best thing in the world. I think they're really not great. They're a little, I mean, they're bright, but not that bright. I've unplugged the cords to all of them. You can see this sign is really, really nice. This is actually probably one of my favorite LED signs, like, of all time. That's still probably being produced. Like, wow. You'd definitely be able to see this exit sign through thick smoke. All-Pro AP-LEL. Of course, it's okay. Really not great. You can see the rest of this area is pretty dark, except for that one spot. If I'm honest, it's not great performance, but it's okay, I guess. Of course, you can see a little bit, mostly because of the window. But I mean, I guess it's probably because there was a power outage today and this one was pretty dim. But I literally just installed this like an hour ago after the power outage. Maybe after I let it charge, it will be brighter, but for now, this one really doesn't work very well here. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna have to exit the video now. All right, bye.